Now, Daniel Vettori has to work things out quick. His bowlers have to bowl to some of the ideas that Vettori's come up with. For so long, Stephen Fleming is the man who's revelled in taking on the challenge of the Australians. Now it's Vettori's turn. Vettori's finding out just what a tough ask it is.
Well, he has to get rid of Gilchrist, because wickets don't make Adam Gilchrist change his plan. Not when he's in the mood.
Yep. Altogether more sedate passage of play, particularly if there's going to be a little movement in the air for the bowlers like that.
Yeah, and Ian Smith can perk up now. This is the game has changed.
Now, I wonder if it's too high. Well, oh, did Kyle Mills want that or what? Screaming at Steve Davis he was. Black Caps know that Ricky Ponting gets across his crease. There's just too much bounce there, I think. Just.
Did you have your finger up there, Smithy? I think you did.
No, no, I didn't actually. I think, you know, obviously very good call.
Full this time, and the gap is found. That is brilliant front foot play.
Well, we saw the frustration of the bowler, Chris Martin, just kicking at the ground, realising that he was in a good patch of bowling, just made the slightest mistake, and that's the problem bowling to a player of Ponting's class. You make just the slightest error and he punishes you.
Balance is so perfect. No movement through the shot or after it. It goes down the ground this time. It's Ponting. They are combining beautifully. Ponting through the covers, Clark through the leg side. Ponting misses the rope. Vettori's hand just had enough room to squeeze in between rope and ball, and Ponting runs for. Big over for Australia, 2 for 103.
Well, the pass score was 71. That's what he would have been looking at. The Duckworth-Lewis system. At the end of each over, he would know what Australia have got to be. There may have been a little help written at the bottom as well.
Worked under the leg side. Clark's been sent back. Will he hit? No. Trouble if he did.
Well, that's what New Zealand really need. They need to make something happen, and that was an opportunity. It's never easy to hit the stumps, but they're the sort of things that can change the game very quickly. Australia look comfortable. All of a sudden, Ponting hits this one really well. Quite rightfully says no. Ross Taylor, if he hits, I reckon Clark's out. And that can change a game.
He did pretty well, Ross Taylor.
Oh, there's not much of a gap there. Wow.
In a way, those two balls are summing up the game at the moment. Ross Taylor with half a chance, just misses. Very next ball, Chris Martin attempts a slower ball. Ponting hits it for 4. So the pressure off the Australian batsman, back on the Kiwis again.
I think the little chat they were having, Ponting and Clark, Ricky Ponting just saying to Michael Clark, just settle down a little bit with that running between.
Back live. Ponting goes bang into the gap. Superbly played.
That's a super shot. He miscued that one early of Oram. Wasn't a chance down to deep fine leg, but he waited on that. That's wonderfully played.
Just cannot bowl that short at this pace. Got to be up on a good length. I know he's bowling into a gale, but at this level, we're going to be put away all the time. Safe, just over the backward point. 4 more. So it's all starting to happen at the Adelaide Oval. Certainly, when New Zealand and Brendan have come on and played a superb knock against genuine.
Absolutely smashed him, as Ponting's doing now.
Smash, but it's a perfect square drive. He's too short, Jacob Oram. His only medium pace has been pulled on the onside in the previous over. Short and wide, and Ponting is a superb player against any type of bowler. Finds the gap beautifully. He's moved to 45 or 46. He was struggling early on, Ricky Ponting, and now he's finding touch. His partnership is now 76 off 103. And for Ricky Ponting, it's another 50. The run machine continues.
It just dawned on the crowd. It's sort of what I meant. It's another one of these innings where
Australian batting and possible wickets, but then when there's shots like that played, Ricky Ponting, sublime.
Well, that's just a poor delivery. The field is so set for the offside. It's only got 3 on the onside, and Ricky Ponting is one of the better players of the pull shot the game has seen. Certainly the modern day game, because he just pivots on that foot, that front foot, back foot. He just gets everything high above the ball, plays the ball down. And if you've only got 3 on the onside, you cannot protect. Captain cannot protect because he's set an offside plan. So that's basically a gift. And Martin knows it.
And that one, he finds the gap through the offside. That'll go all the way, even with the wet outfield. Makes batting look easier right the way through the innings. It's almost like he was sneaking up to 50. And you go, how's he scored that? Then you look down. I mean, now he scored 8 or 9 boundaries. They're all pure shots. So elegant to watch.
Just want to get back to this captaincy issue and Daniel Vettori's effort to try and just stave off proceedings a wee bit here. Do you think, Tubby, in all your captaincy experience, do you think had Daniel Vettori been captain for, say, 6 or 7 years, he might have had a better case? Another beautiful shot here from Ponting, just easing it away. I mean, that's just class, absolute class, hitting the ball to areas of the ground in the air where he knows fielders are not occupying. 3rd boundary in succession, Martin under the pump.
Yes, it's a clinic from the Australian captain at the moment. I'm not so sure about, to answer your question about Daniel Vettori, he been captain for 6 or 7 years, well, he had a better case. I really think the umpire's a bit like us. They're a bit bewildered about why he wouldn't want to go out in the field. Normally, that's a superb shot. It's really just a chip shot. He's kept the knees really bent throughout the shot and timed it well enough to get to the boundary.
Yeah, well, it's quite remarkable the positive effect it's had on Ricky Ponting. His average is 46 now, and that's gone up from 41 when he was without the captaincy. And then you look at the Indian cricket team, and Rahul Dravid recently said that the main reason for him letting go of the captaincy was so he could concentrate on batting again and rediscovering that consistency and form he used to always see.
Continues. Ponting plays a late cut, and it hits the ropes eventually.
And brings up the 200 for Australia. We saw quite a few times during the World Cup Australia didn't get too far down the order. Once again, you've got guys like Simons, Hussey, looking as though they're, well, if they do get out there, they're not going to get out there for long, the way this pair's batting.
On through. The cut shot's been the favourite of Ponting's, but he's certainly being dished up some short wide stuff.
and it just sort of snowballs, that sort of feeling. And what happens is then you start to get these sort of deliveries when you just can't see your way through that fog, and you're thinking, oh, can't see how I can get this guy out at the moment. You don't have that feeling that you can get the wicket. Then these sort of deliveries come along.
A little bit full of the outside edge just brings one, and then you start to believe, or start to think, it's cricket. I used to love this. Used to really enjoy my cricket until I came and played these blokes in dark green.
And this is why it's hard to be a good player for a long time, because you've just got to.
That's been the pick of the shots around the ground. He's played in plenty of areas of the wagon wheel, but no more dominantly than there.
He's hit a few of these square drives on the rise, taking the ball at the top of the rise, not trying to hit it too hard, just guide it through the fielders.
Martin Crowe.
I was just dreaming about seeing my name up there on the Adelaide Oval big ball for 99 against that ball. But look, how often do you have to say how much you admire Ricky Ponting? I mean, it's been a near faultless innings. He wasn't under a lot of pressure when he came out to bat because Gilchrist had really set Australia underway, but still he had to maintain that momentum. He struck at 100. His fantastic strike rate, and he's just systematically taken New Zealand apart, really. Terrific player. He's just got better and better. Keeps setting himself goals, and he's one run away from another milestone here at Adelaide.
Last ball of the over. There it is. What a superb cricketer. His first one-day national 100 at the Adelaide Oval. He's 24th and he's 5th against New Zealand. What a cricketer.
Century here at the Adelaide Oval. Ponting,
a strong acknowledgement from all his teammates, appreciating his efforts out in the middle. The return response from Ricky Ponting. It's something that we've seen for a number of years, really. The players will point at the special people. It'll be these teammates, his wife, if they're in the crowd, or family members. The batsman will point at them and then acknowledge the rest of the crowd who have been involved in the innings.
Look at the strike rates. Gilchrist 9.
From what Adam Gilchrist and Matthew Hayden had started. Very powerful opening stand. Again at number 3, he does the job.
Oh, what a fine shot. Superb off drive. And get 2. 2 will count, so that's a big victory. Chasing 255. They've only lost 3 wickets, plenty of balls remaining, so a convincing win by Australia. 45 balls have really won by, so that's a big win.
A huge win, and I think it started when they read the back page of the paper this morning. And the headline had a crack at the bowling action of Sean Tate, and I think collectively Australia said, well, there's motivation enough for us. It became a non-issue as the day went on, but I think it fueled the fire early on in the piece, and Ricky Ponting was noticeably, I think, determined at the toss. He lost the toss. He would have batted first himself. But New Zealand took it upon them to bat first, and Bill, they did an okay job, that's all. They didn't do enough.
Oh, I think full credit to the bowlers. It was very hot. It was 34 degrees this afternoon, and I thought that Bracken, Tate and Lee were special, and Hogg did a great thing, and they didn't let the side down. And you mustn't forget Gilchrist, 51 off 29. He just blasted Mills and Glenn.